Hey everybody, how's it going? So I got to show you the price action from today because today was an absolute masterclass in how these fibs can give you intraday levels time after time after time, and you can just trade level to level to level. You got to see this. This is actually kind of amazing. So a quick recap. These levels that are drawn here in the middle of the screen are the overnight fibs. They're drawn automatically for you. They do not change throughout the day. This green level here is one of the higher time frame daily fibs. It's been on the chart since the end of March. If I zoom out, it's fibbed from this candle down here. So if I go back down to the 1 minute, zooming in, zooming out. Select bar, we'll go back to market open. I'm going to show you how you can use this in real time. So you can see price before market open. The market opens about here, there we go. And we wick up to this fib level and reject off of it. And you can see here, this consolidation area around the higher time frame fib, that could be a good target, or the fib just above it could also be a good target. When you see the rejection like this, especially at market open, if you're brave enough to take the first couple of minute trades in the first couple of minutes of market open, you can get in at some pretty, some sweet levels over here. So let's watch what happens. We come back up to this level. We reject off of it again. And here's one of the things I noticed straight away. We left behind volume gaps. Volume gaps is part of the scalper pack. These levels here, they're going to come back into play later on today. Just you wait. So price comes back and you can see it going from level to level. We're bouncing between two levels. We go back down to these levels here. And you can see price rejects off of these levels really consistently. And we go down and we're starting to basically set up a bit of a short squeeze, in my opinion. There's so many people who think we're just going to dump into this giant gap. And there's too many people thinking it. It's too obvious a setup, so I don't think it's going to happen. It will happen in about a week's time, I reckon. I'm going to quickly turn on cycles because it lays out a couple of key levels. And also the opening range breakout is here in yellow for you. And you can see the midline lines up with this fib here. And we've got the low there. So we come back, we break down, we come back for a bit of a retouch. And this is a good example of when, especially when you see like bar coding. Bar coding is a reversal signal. Not 100% of the time, but pretty reliably. Like if I was looking at this, I was actually in short here. And I actually took a small L because we started pumping up on this candle. In fact, actually the candle where I coincidentally have actually paused it, I took a bit of an L on this candle because we closed right above this high. Like, well, I'm not sitting in that. I think we're going topside. And it's the signal that we're going back to these volume gaps at the top here. And we might even go up to the levels above. We got previous day high all the way up here. So I'm just going to let it play. And look how many, you know what? I'm going to make the levels a little bit clearer for you, just so you can see them a bit more obvious. Yeah, increase these a bit. I'll make them really bright. Here we go. Second to load. There we go. So there's our fib levels in white, right? So price goes back and forth between all these levels. And without spoiling too much, these fib levels were absolutely perfect today. So I'm just going to let it play, right? So we're consolidating at this fib, and we break through it. We go to this fib. We come back down, I think, to this fib. And then we push all the way through to this fib. And it's just fib, touch, fib, fib, all day. We go all the way. Look at that. Amazing. And then we start, and that's where we are now. We are at consolidating at that daily higher time frame fib, which is why I always have a couple higher time frame fibs on my chart. And here, cycles maps out your time-based liquidity, like your previous day, your previous Asia, previous London sessions, highs and lows. And we just touched right below this fib level here, the previous daily high. Excellent TP level. So here we had the orb breakout, right? So we had a big push above it, came back and retested, tapped this fib just on the inside of orb, and then we were off. And we came back, gave it one last touch. So if you missed this entry here, you had one single opportunity there. So if you were waiting for confirmations, let's say you took this trade here, you could go below there, and you could target previous day high, which is, you know what? I wouldn't. You could go for either here, honestly, because there is a trend line through the middle, but trend lines are not your priority, really. They're useful, but I wouldn't trade around them exclusively. When you got a daily fib level here, quite close to the previous day high, watch for SMT. But if you wanted to play it safe, trade to there, and that's a 6R trade, 118 points. If you want to, ooh, there's an alert. If you want to be a gangster about it, you could go all the way to 147.5 points to the previous daily high on a 19.5 point stop loss. And that was just an orb break and retest. Hopefully you guys can't hear that dog yapping away in the background. But you can see these fib levels. Now it's a little bit cluttered here on my chart. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's why I like having the fibs actually kind of light colored, but I'm going to mute the cycles. This is just the fibs and volume. So remember those volume gaps we had here? Price came back and swept them out, and then we broke out to the upside. Classic orb trade, breakout, retest, resume to the upside. Look at that, just absolutely flawless. Honestly, pause your screen. If you've got the indicator already and you're making use of the scalper pack and the free trial, this should be automatic for you. This is automatic. It's just the daily fibs. It's just the Terra fibs. You know, here are the settings that I run, minus the color changes that I made. And you can pause the screen there. Look at how accurate these fib levels were. Just fib to fib to fib all day. Anyway, folks, that's all I wanted to show you today. Great day trading. Hope you guys made money. How much did I make? I made 2,700 today, just by trading this orb breakout from here to the previous daily high. And I didn't see an SMT right away, so I traded it to the previous daily high from here. Anyway, that's it, folks. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. And reminder, if you want to test out these indicators, they're available in the links below. I'm very active on Whop, so if you want to, pick my brains on good settings to use and how to kind of use it, just message me. But a lot of this stuff is default settings, set and forget. I try and build my indicator so you don't actually have to go into the settings very often. You set it up once and you can kind of leave it, and most of the time, 99% of the time, the default settings are the settings I use. Maybe different colors or something, but anyway, that's it, folks. Thanks very much. See you in the next one.